Ugh. Ugh. Boogers are gross. Too bad my ice knuckle bottle is empty.
Well, when human beings have shitty fucking lives, they like to seek solace in the companionship of others. Generally, others who will listen to them bitch. Now, Amanda is short, blonde-haired, and blue-eyed, and admits to being a tweaker, but that's not the scary part for me. I know that I will never be a priority in any of these people's lives. I'm not their drug dealer, and I'm not the person they have a crush on. I know that Chris has a really big crush on Amanda. He keeps saying over and over and over again that he'd marry her in a heartbeat. Meanwhile, he's got a girlfriend. Does he stop to consider how that make his girlfriend feel? Why have a girlfriend if she's just going to be that to you? What's the point? So, of course, with women, sticking up for women, it's nuts. So Chris doesn't really take it too big a thing. Well, his girlfriend is, or his baby mama is freaking out and talking about killing herself and taking the kids with her. Now, of course, I'm not going to be a priority at all. And every night I'm going to have to fight for attention from Amanda, or somebody like Amanda, another pretty girlie who comes through perhaps. Or maybe a relative of Amanda, because it's important to get in good with them. I don't hate her because Chris has a crush on her. I don't hate him for having a crush on her. But I know after what she just said earlier, there's no way I could think about dating someone like her. That's some horrible shit to do to a person. He said he didn't want to have it recorded. I kind of figured it was going to be one of those things where he was going to talk about killing people, and sure enough, he did. He said, the cops don't want to have a shootout with me, which could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. But they were talking about his baby mama and threatening to kill herself and take the kids with her, and Amanda wanted to say, well, you know, I understand sometimes a man needs that, deserves it. She started talking about her boyfriend. So they both are in relationships with other people. And he gives me updates on her relationship for some odd reason. I'm not dating Amanda. I'm not interested in dating Amanda. I like her. I don't mean like boyfriend, girlfriend like her, or wanting to kiss her like her, or anything like that. I like that she talks nice to me, but she was telling me some of the things, or telling him some of the things that she does to her boyfriend. Like, you know, Chris has let me know that she's broken up with her boyfriend, and then I guess they're going back together, and that's not my business. That's what he wants to talk about. That's his special interest, is Amanda. Now, he's not stalking her. She willingly comes to him and is willingly a part of his life. They are both friends, and for a woman, what both of those people are doing is considered cheating in most cases. Whereas Because it's emotional cheating. You're not being completely open with your partner. Then again, your partner's not being completely open with you, so at least it's equal on those grounds. Now, why does Chris have a girlfriend if he's not really interested in her? And his baby mama, like, if that's the kind of drama that's there, that is a very scary situation for a man to be in. Now, for Amanda saying that she's told her boyfriend that she'd go have sex with all of his friends and videotape it and send it to him. I've had a lot of women in my life who've said that they'd do that to a man. And I've had a few of them who said that they actually did it to men. You know, if you think of that kind of vindictive shit, it doesn't matter how sweet you talk to me. I know better. And just hearing that out of your face just once is enough for me to be scared shitless of the twisted, fucked up shit that you'd be willing to do just to hurt somebody else, just to make sure that somebody hurts. Because they're emotionally cheating on you, but you don't consider it emotionally cheating on them. Going out and hanging out with Chris. Chris is also, well, he is nice to Amanda's boyfriend. He wants to be a part of her life. He better. That's kind of how it is. If she has problems, he's probably one of the guys that she'll go to and say, hey, my boyfriend beat me up. I want help. And the fact is, she has done that before. Since I've been here. Yes, I'm scared of Amanda. First time I ever met her, she was staring at my kayak. The one that I sold to Dallas Palmer. The one that I got from Otter. Or, what did he go by? He went by Otter, but I can't remember. Lewis, that's what it was. Lewis and Cheryl. That's another day, and every day that goes by, it's more likely that something fucked up's gonna happen. Every day that I am forced to drive to all these different places with a fucking fucked up car is another day that I'm likely to get a fucking ticket. By the way, I got a ticket today from an officer I'm trying to turn in over the fact that I'm still stuck in this situation because cops don't want to do their jobs. None of these mandated reporters do. And I'm not a priority for any of these people. A lot of Chris's priority is, well, his kids, his work, and Amanda. So with him and Amanda hanging out, this is kind of what they do. They bitch about each other's problems to each other. I can't do that because I'll be treated like I'm just being negative, or I'll be talked over because it's just not interesting, because it's not talking about themselves. Now, even with her saying that stuff, how she would and has done horrible shit to men. The kind of horrible shit that you don't do to a person because it's fucking cruel and evil and mean-hearted. Meanwhile, not because he's emotionally cheating on her, but because she assumes that he is. Or believes that he might be or could be doing such a thing. And that's real scary to me, too. Kind of like how he's talking about, well, they wouldn't want to have a shootout with me. But you know what? They wouldn't want to have a shootout with me either. Who would want to have a fucking shootout with somebody? That doesn't sound like a good fucking time to me. But a lot of times people can't listen to me for 2 minutes without either talking over me and talking about violence, reminiscing down memory lane, telling me about an experience they had 30 fucking years ago, and then telling me not to live in the past anytime I bring up something that happened before 10 seconds ago. Oh, it's in the past. It's in the past. I'm well aware that that actual event is in the past. but the repercussions of it are not in the past. I know that any time that somebody and somebody they're trying to mate with are in the area, whether they promise to help or not, they're not going to, because they're going to be focusing on the mating ritual. The paying attention to the other person speaking. The more you pay attention to them, the more it shows that you care. Let's, I guess, play the last one that I played. I try to make sure I'm always recording, but sometimes I do try to give people the benefit of the doubt. And usually when I do, it's because they want to say something fucked up, like they would shoot somebody, or they would kill somebody, or they would break somebody's fucking neck. It's all creepy shit. This is a recording from when they pulled up. I wanted to reschedule for tomorrow.
Sure it was. Let me guess, you peeked through the window and couldn't find your keys?
Oh, fuck it, I can barely hear it. The thing is that people may have good intentions, but they're always going to have screwed up priorities. You want to talk about changing the rules over and over again. The things that she said tonight are scary as fuck. Like, scary to the point that I don't want to be around her, because I don't want to deal with the aftermath or the repercussions of the fucked up shit she's willing to do. Not caring about the consequences for those around her. That shows a very selfish and narcissistic frame of mind. The fact that we've taught nearly every woman in America to be like this is absolutely disgusting and truly terrifying. Comedy Boy 712 typed hello. You guys sure make a lot of accounts. Let me guess, you're here to troll me because you think it's funny. You're gonna make fucked up jokes and accuse me of doing shit I didn't do. Right? That's what most of you come on here and do. Most of the people who come to my channel get blocked. Sometimes they surprise me by having 2 or 3 profiles by the same exact name. So I block one and they got another one lined up. But I'm not worth a fuck. That is actually what it comes down to. Your fucking sex drives. Brandon Ratner claimed he was going to help me, but his sex drive got in the way. Oh, I gotta understand, he's a hopeless romantic, and there's another tail he's chasing, because she's a damsel in distress, and that's how he gets his women's, apparently. Something like that. Except it never works out. He was even complaining that he's always helping these women out, and they never seem to reciprocate. They only seem to like him until they get what they want, and then what after that? He packed up one woman and her mom and drove them all the way from Colorado to Texas. He was expecting a relationship out of it. That did not happen. He was talking about moving to Texas to be with her. No. When she was in Texas, she forgot he existed. She might remember he exists eventually when she needs a rescue to leave Texas. Brandon likes the short, pretty ones. A lot of y'all seem to be attracted to short, pretty girls. Primarily blonde hair, blue-eyed, but not always. It's the ones that look so sweet and innocent that end up being the most twisted ones. Amanda doesn't exactly look sweet and innocent. Not entirely, anyway. It's because she's getting a little bit older. She's not 19 anymore. And she's got some wear and tear on her, which happens to all of us. It happens. But it's also because there are so many women with frames of mind like hers that I'm not interested in women. I'm also not interested in men. I'm not interested in being dominated by anyone. But that's how it is, isn't it? I'm not a real human being to any of you because you don't want to fuck me. How strange that we put such emphasis on sex, and then we talk about how sex is so wrong. The rules need to be same for both sides. Also, I can understand that life happens. What I don't understand is not making the time. When you can make the time for you to speak and you can make the time for you to argue. You also show that if somebody's a priority, you will make the time. Whether you have it or not, you will make the time. But for me, I end up jumping through the hoops that other people want me to. Because if I jump through those hoops, then they'll help. But once I've jumped through those hoops, they don't help. I'm not a priority to any of them. And a lot of the people who wanted to get a hold of me because they were interested, they were curious about the Natalie situation. It didn't matter about me, and it never mattered about any of the abuse that I'm going through because they're not going to listen to it. They're not going to hear it. Or they're going to just tell me, oh, I'm sorry that happened to you. I don't need I'm fucking sorries. I need help turning in the abuse. I needed help turning it in right away. Because without help turning it in right away, I'm going to get blown off. Meanwhile, I'm right too often to be blown off. I was right about Natalie Bollinger and her death. I was just wrong about who did it. She ended up stealing my suicide. Nobody bothers to care that I'd been begging people to kill me for over a year. They don't look at it the same as they do for Natalie. With Natalie, they want to blame me for everything that went wrong in her life and accuse me of being the reason that she was suicidal. No, she was suicidal before she ever met me, and it was because of her family. Now, I get that I will never be as important as a junkie to most of you. Many of you have crushes on girls that didn't get their way and ended up flushed out and drugged out and fucking used up and dried up and fucking thrown away. And they're still addicted to them drugs. But you had a crush on her back in high school. And you'll always have a crush on her. You won't be able to see her as anything but that cheerleader, right? Well, now that she's used up, she might be willing to go out with a guy like you, but also she's pretty fucking damaged now. And you know what? She might use you just for a place where she can fucking do drugs in the bathroom. Well, maybe if I date him, I can do my heroin in his bathroom. And you're that nerd, never stood a chance with anybody. Now you're getting somebody she was cool 20 years ago. There's a lot of women in my life that I know like that. For a lot of those women, they never had a shortage of men. They could do their dirty business. When a woman says that she'd have sex with your friends and send you the video, get the fuck rid of her. Immediately. Otherwise, you end up with some creepy ass shit. Like what Brett Roloff was dealing with. Him and his girlfriend in Bristol, Virginia were so fucked up on meth. Brett Roloff's girlfriend, she was she was paying for the phone, so she was tracking him with his phone. And any time that he left the house, she would stare at her phone the whole time he was gone and talk about how he best not be off messing around with other women. He best not be off messing around at this tweaker's house or that tweaker's house. And then she would watch the phone and track him everywhere he went on the phone that she had because she pays for his service. And anytime he wasn't doing what she wanted right when she wanted him to do it, she'd just turn off his phone. That's right. She had her boyfriend on one of the child safety lock fucking feature phones so that she could fucking stalk him everywhere he went. No, I don't want to date anybody. I don't want to have sex with anybody. I don't want to get stuck having a kid with somebody who's twisted and fucking manipulative and is going to teach my kid to be a piece of shit. I don't want to give a woman a chance knowing that I'm a go-between. Meanwhile, there aren't very many women who have actually been interested in me. A lot of little girls, which is fucking gross. None of those little girls had crushes on me when I was a little boy. Oh no, they all wanted older men. More mature men. And meanwhile, these girls never grew out of junior high school. They always stayed in that fucking mentality. I have heard some sick, twisted, and fucking evil shit out of women. Some of the cutest little things you ever did see. Oh, poor thing. She could never do any harm. She could never do any wrong. No. If you don't do right by her, by what she assumes is right, and allow her to do whatever she wants whenever the fuck she wants, she's gonna go fuck all your friends and get it on video and fucking send it to you. So you know what? I don't want to be friends with Amanda's boyfriend. I don't want her thinking that I'll be some conquest on video for her to take revenge on some dude that she probably shouldn't have been fucking around with to begin with. I knew when I saw Amanda tonight that Chris wasn't going to have time for anything but Amanda. And yeah, that's how it is. I know. I'm not allowed to have emotions about it. That's one of the things about those of us who are autistic. We're not allowed to have emotions. We're not allowed. You've already decided that we don't have emotions. And if we exhibit any signs of emotions, we're horrible monsters. Go fuck yourselves. I don't hate Amanda. I like her personality, sort of. But the fact that she is so freely vindictive makes me scared of Chris, too, if that's the kind of woman that he's attracted to. Short, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pretty. Yeah, that's scary to me. Meanwhile, the longer it goes on, the less likely I am to be heard before something else fucked up happens. Because when you're stuck out here all the fucking time, fucked up shit always happens. And I don't have a friend to talk to about this shit. I have no familiarity. For Chris, Amanda is familiarity. For Amanda, Chris is familiarity. For me, I've got nobody. Because I've never mattered to anybody enough for them to do anything when I'm harmed. People see me as an easy target, and they're fucking right. I'm an easy target because nobody cares about me. We got a bunch of fucking addicts taking care of a bunch of addicts. Larry's wife can't get past her beliefs in this imaginary spaceman. She's also taking care of a very drunk husband with mental problems. Chris's priorities are harmful to him. I'm used to people changing their minds over a few minutes with a woman they got a crush on. Or the belief that she might give him a chance. No, dude, you're getting played and you stabbed a homie in the back over it. That's specifically for you, Brandon Ratner. Repeatedly, between doing the good, righteous, and moral thing, or chasing skirts. Repeatedly, you chose chasing skirts. None of the stuff that you, quote-unquote, did for me matters because you never spoke up about it. You want to pretend like me having to record you and post it on YouTube is the same as you coming forward. It's absolutely fucking not. It's you passing the buck and making an at-risk adult take abuse for literally years because chasing skirt was important. Natalie Bollinger was not a priority. From when I left Virginia until she died, Natalie Bollinger was not a priority. My priority was protecting myself from the immediate predators in the vicinity of where my support network was. My priority was getting help, getting Maddie Boa to knock off the fucking bullshit. She was trying to claim that I did horrible shit to 2 girls in Virginia. What 2 girls? I knew grown women when I was there. Natalie and Alicia Bollinger were both adults. And you want to ignore that. Their size makes it okay that they do evil shit. That they're vindictive and twisted and mean. Chris is attracted to mean women. That scares me. I've never been somebody that people actually care about. I'm somebody that people talk down to and at. Or they promise to do something, they'll just reschedule it and reschedule it and reschedule it and reschedule it. And every time you try to expect you to listen, could you not reschedule it, please, just this once? Don't reschedule it. Take a look at the evidence. Can we do it tomorrow? Can we do it tomorrow? It's always putting it off till tomorrow. And it costs me time. And it costs me money. It costs me my fucking sanity to run around and do all this shit to hurry up and wait to do things when you want them done. When you're ready. When we make an appointment and you cancel. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just need to be patient. When I'm 5 minutes late, you'll throw a fucking tantrum at me. If I let you know that I'm not able to make it on time, you pretend like I didn't try. Life fucking happens. And you expect me to understand, but then you berate me when I have shit that goes wrong. You want to treat me like shit because you're fucking broke. I'm asking for your voice. For you to listen to me and help me to turn in the crimes committed against me. Brandon Ratner couldn't do that because he was too busy trying to dip his dick. I'm afraid to be around Amanda because of the things that she said tonight. How if a man is emotionally cheating on her, it's okay for her to go do all sorts of evil and vindictive shit. Women are taught to be mean, and the prettier they are, the easier it is for them to do mean and twisted and evil shit. Because dudes get all fucking googly-eyed and fucking retarded real quick. And then their brains don't fucking work. And then they're easy to manipulate. That's why I'm smarter than every man I know. You can't manipulate me using your vagina. You can't manipulate me giving me the idea or the opportunity of marriage and children. I'm not interested in either of those. It's not okay for all men to be victimized over the men that you specifically choose to date. You choose to date the shittiest men on the fucking planet. You want all of these traits that most of us at the bottom have. But we're at the bottom because we don't have looks or money. And the reality is that you want those traits in a man with looks and money. You're not going to find them in a man with looks and money because he's got options. He can throw you away like you're trash because there's 30 other hoes just like you waiting around the corner. You know, at least half them women are already in relationships with some guy they're running around telling everybody is a loser while she spends all of his money. But you know goddamn well that she's trying to talk to your man. Because you know damn well that she's playing a game same as you. She ain't gonna leave her man until she got another one lined up. And if he kicks her to the curb, she'll whine and fucking pine until he takes her back. Just so she can break up with him when she finds a bigger dick. I don't mean your phallus size, I mean your personality. Women are attracted to assholes for a reason. It's ingrained in our DNA for her to be attracted to the most violent of our species. We've also taught her to lie about it. Men are more honest than women by a lot. But men will still turn into straight up lying pieces of shit over some pussy. And that is what it comes down to. It's hard for me because Chris will whine and pine just a bit too much about Amanda. Amanda has a boyfriend. Chris has a girlfriend. They're not loyal to their spouses or partners. I don't see them doing anything useful for me. I don't see either one of them allowing me the time to speak or taking the time to listen to understand. Meanwhile, the clock ticks away. My money is eaten up by my fucking predators, and they're only allowed to do that because I'm still stuck in this fucked up position. Because nobody fucking cares about me, they care about getting laid. For most of these people who want to use their children as, oh, well, my children, my children, my children, and then you look at the situation. Yeah, maybe that situation with your children is happening, but you're not taking it seriously. You're hanging out with somebody you got a crush on. There's a lot of people I'm angry at for doing that. While Rose M. Kelly should have been being a mother to her daughters, she was busy chasing drunk dick. Alcoholics who were abusive to her and her fucking kids. Was I abusive to her kids? No, I was equal to her kids. I couldn't be equal to her kids, could I? They're girls, and girls don't have to put up with this shit. Girls just pretend that a man is a predator when she doesn't get her way. She can go do evil, mean, and vindictive shit to try to hurt a man as much as she possibly can emotionally. And then all of you women pretend that men don't have emotions. And I mean all of you, even those of you who say, oh, it's okay for a man to have emotions. No, it's not. You'll treat us like we're weak. We're not allowed to express our emotions. We have to devote all of our time and attention to you. Because you're a pretty princess. Your daddy told you so. Yeah, your daddy also fucked you, didn't he? While we talk about the rape epidemic in America and the child molesting epidemic in America, are we going after the people who are most likely to molest your kids? The parents? No, you're going after complete and total fucking strangers. Oh, some strange hobo might kill our kids. No. Some strange hobo might rape our kids. No. Many of us are homeless because we were molested as kids, and as adults we had no support because the people who molested us were our fucking parents. And then we're told we got to go to our parents for help. I got lucky. The people that raped me weren't my parents. But statistically, most of the time, it is. 80% of the time when you're molested, it's one of your parents. 80% of the time, one of your parents. 80% of the time. Did I mention 80% of the time your molester will be one of your parents? 62% of the time, when you are killed, it'll be one of your parents who did it. Oh, wait, no, it's higher than that, isn't it? See, we only do that with violent deaths versus other deaths. See, in order to doctor the numbers to make it look like men are more violent than women, we have to limit it to just violent deaths, and there's only certain deaths that are considered violent. Now, women are more likely to beat their children. A lot more likely to beat their children. A father is more likely to shoot his kids, his wife, and himself. Whereas a woman is more likely to drown her children, or beat them to death, or poison them. It's horrible. And then you want to assign all that shit to men. That woman who strangled a little 6-year-old girl, her husband's daughter, put her in a fucking wheelbarrow, or not a wheelbarrow, but a kid's wagon, took that girl's body over to her mom's house and left a bucket with that dead girl at her mom's house. Ah, yes, but men are the culprits. Men are the culprits. Men are the culprits. Men made her do it, isn't that right? Isn't that what you're gonna sell? Men made her do it. Men made that woman kill a 6-year-old girl. Isn't that how you're gonna sell it? I'm never gonna be a priority over Amanda for Chris. I'm definitely not gonna be a priority over his kids. I'm not a priority in anybody's life because I don't matter. I'm not familiar with these people. They're not familiar with me. Between helping to stop the abuse that I have to endure every day, including the financial abuse of being forced into a situation where I can't take care of myself, but I'm treated like I'm a bad person for needing help. Like I'm a burden for needing help. I do get jealous. All of us do. But unlike what Kimberly Jeffson says, she says that jealousy is the most useless emotion. No, it's not. Jealousy is our drive. This is what Americans thrive on. Competition. Jealousy is all about competition. A lot of women that I know, they'll never give a guy who gives her a chance a time of day. She wants the guy who's not interested in her. That's most of the women that I know. They will throw away 20-year relationships over a good-looking guy who's got a little bit of cash and pretends to be a nice guy. But the loyal guys, oh no. Those are your tools to put in the toolbox. You want the violent ones. You don't want the ones that are at least big enough to be scary. You want the ones that talk about murdering and killing people, and you say, oh, I wish you'd stop saying that. No, you don't. If you really wish that he'd stop saying that, you would stop encouraging it with your actions. When you choose to date violent men, you chose that. Men didn't choose that. When that violent man beats you and rapes you, men didn't do that. The man that you chose to say yes to did that. The man that you chose did that. Not all men. And stop treating those in your toolbox like we're fucking tools. How many of you women lead men on to believe that they stand a chance with you so you can get something out of them? And how fucking weird is it when you run into somebody like me, who that shit doesn't work on. Oh, Sean, I have a vagina. I'll share it with you if... That's not going to work. How about if you need help, just ask. If you need help moving, I don't need a sob story about how your boyfriend beat on you. And I'm always going to encourage you to turn it into the police. If you're not willing to turn it into the police, however, I'm not going to believe you. Too many of you who have used that and then later on changed your story. Not just with me. And we're all supposed to go along with it. What are your priorities, though? Are your priorities making the world a better place or adding to the hell that it really is? We got Larry's wife taking care of Larry out here, and he's an alcoholic. We've got Lewis and Cheryl out here. And Cheryl is taking care of Lewis, who's a raging alcoholic. Nearly everybody out here is taking care of drug addicts. We got a lot of people, grocery outlet alone, there's at least 3 women there who have homeless people living with them. I'm told about this housing list, and everybody wants me to get on the housing list, while everybody in fucking town is on the fucking housing list. Half the people in town have children on the housing list who are staying with them. Obviously, it's not intended as a long-term arrangement. Of course, over in Europe, there's a lot of people who live with their parents and until their parents are dead. Here in America, it's the every man for himself thing. I don't hate these people, I hate what they do. I hate that busting a nut is more important to most people than saving a human life. I hate the people who are in physical enough shape that they can actually work, pretending that I'm a lazy slob because I don't have a job. There's a lot of stuff I'm capable of doing. I'm just not capable of doing it in this fucking environment. I'm trying to think of something I want right now more than for my life to end. And all I can think to myself is, I shouldn't be wasting my time with any of these people. They care more about drugs and alcohol, or people who take advantage of them because they're strung out on drugs and alcohol, than they do about changing things for the better. The American poor are probably the largest group of cowards on the planet. Lots of posturing, but in reality, you all bend down to the cops. My life isn't worth living because nobody gives a shit who harms me or how often. Nobody gives a shit about my resources or what I'm capable of. Nobody cares what help I need, and nobody takes it seriously. I can't just leave my shit up there in camp, and I can't just keep readjusting it every time somebody's, well, got other priorities. I get it. I will never be a priority to you. That's why I ask you to kill me. You don't care how often I'm harmed. You're never going to speak up. You're going to give me every excuse in the book why you can't do nothing. Bullshit. Every one of you can do something. You have to go in with the victim. Work together with the victim, not against the victim. When you show that no matter what, helping the victim turn in the crimes against them is never going to be a priority at any point for any reason, that you will just allow anyone to hurt that person over and over again, you're showing you don't care. I don't need you idiots jumping into the realm of fantasy. One of the things Chris does often is talk about hurting or killing people. Then he says, oh, I was just venting. Yeah. If I do those things, I'll go to jail or prison. It doesn't matter, though, does it? You're just going to pretend whatever the fuck you want to believe, or whatever alleviates your own stupidity and the decisions that you made, because you're sexist. Assisted termination of life needs to be legal. Chris doesn't stop to understand how much it costs me to do this. Robert Farnsworth's sister didn't stop to understand that. None of these people stopped to listen. I'm not telling them about my financial situation for no reason. My predators knew exactly how to prevent me from being heard. I don't hate any of these people. I hate the fact that I'm still alive. I'm pissed off at the fact that nobody's put a bullet through my head. They just threaten to over and over again. Not that anybody ever gives a shit. They'll procrastinate over and over and over again. Never keep their word. And then pretend I'm a bad person because I'm pissed off they never kept their word. This shit is not okay. See, I want to believe people. See, I can't do these things for myself. I have to be dependent on others. Other people who literally will not listen. You hear only what you want to hear. Please make it stop. I don't matter to anyone. If I did, they'd listen.